So check it out. Today we are going to do a national. Um, sorry for that. We're going to do a national league game. It's kind of interesting because they don't have enough team members for today. Um, so they have one substitution. So a substitution in our sport means that somebody that's playing in a lower class can take a spot in a team just temporarily, just for today, so that the match is going to continue. And you're allowed to do this, obviously. You can't have a full team all the time, so substitutions. And it's kind of interesting because, you know what, let me just check up where the standings are between my team and their team, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I just checked it up on the internet. These guys are all the way at the bottom. Not last, but from the 7 teams, they're like sixth. So on paper, statistically speaking, we should be able to beat them, or at least get enough points to have a very good outcome.
Hey, ik wil niet op beeld, man, bro. Kan je dat uitzoeken? Ga weg met die camera!
Alright, here we go. We got a new match for you guys now. As I just said, this is gonna be competition league. So it is on a Sunday, and this guy, trademark. Always gonna be on the videos. That's friends for you guys. Always messing around. Okay. All right, so you guys are gonna see. I'm sorry, this is just hilarious. I kept it in because it's just funny. Every time I look at it, it's like, what the hell? Anyway, we just did the leg over here. You guys are gonna see something interesting in terms of the game that I normally play. This is gonna be straight pool. Not very familiar, but as you guys know, all of the shots in between, I'm going to speed them up in, like I just said over there, 150%. So you're not going to miss any important balls. Now, making the video, or at least this particular video, took a little bit longer because I had to do all of these statistical stuff that you guys are going to see on the screen, all of the numbers and stuff like that. Took me a little bit, that's why it's kind of like delayed. But we managed to get there. Here we go. So talking a little bit about straight pool, if you guys have no idea what this game is. So you're basically allowed to make or pot or sink any ball that is on the table. So right ahead, you guys might think like, wow, that's a very easy game. You can put all of the balls that you want to. Well, let me tell you this, straight pool, the game that you guys are going to see me play with my current opponent over here, is one of the toughest games, and in my personal opinion, one of the most enjoyable games that our sport has to offer. Because it has lots of variety. You can play safety, you can play bang, kick, whatever you want to. It's all allowed, and the best part is, as long as you call the pocket, it doesn't matter how it is going to go there. Like this particular shot that my opponent made. Look at this. It's clean. It went inside perfectly. So it does not matter how it goes in into the pocket. If it hits a rail, if it hits another ball, if it hits a cushion, it does not matter as long as you designate that particular pocket. And with the previous shot that my opponent did, obviously that was his intention, to make that ball in that pocket. So he was allowed to continue. So currently the score is 4 for him and 1 for me, and you guys can see it is a race to 75 balls that you need to pot. It doesn't matter, you don't have to do it in one sitting, in one go, but you can definitely make it in, I don't know, 5 or 10 or 15 innings that you come on the table, being one of them. So I also, below the race to 75, I also have a current ball run tracker. So that's going to be all of the runs that either my opponent or I are actually making here in this video. And you guys can see currently my opponent has made 10 balls, I have made 1, and I'm on a run of 3 right here. So this is the interesting part. So whenever the frame is done, it's actually not done until some of us, or either my opponent or I, actually score 75 points. So as you guys saw, when the balls are basically potted, the last ball is going to remain on the table, and you can use that ball, as I did, to open up the other balls so you can continue your run. So that is basically straight pool in a nutshell, but trust me, it is one of the most enjoyable games that pool has to offer, or at least in my opinion here. I actually love the game actually more than all of the other games that the pool billiard has to offer. But let me continue saying what I am doing here. Now I nudge that 10 ball into a break position. So that means the ball is going to be close to the pack or to the rack, because all of these balls are going to come again after I make this final ball, or at least one to the final ball. There it goes. So now all of the other 14 balls come again, and I can use the 10 just like that to open these pack open, and hopefully I'm going to get a better run, as it were. It is kind of hard, as you guys can see. I'm struggling here. I'm on a run of 21, I believe. Yes, 21 that I made that particular ball, and this is the most appealing part of straight pool, at least to my personal opinion. You can actually continue your run until you either scratch or miss, or do whatever you want to in straight pool. You can actually continue and have, I know a lot of people that actually go to a race to 100 and basically make 100 balls in one inning. So let's say one of the opponents is not actually going to come on the table to play, because the other guy is just going to shoot all the way to 100, and that's basically where the pros go to 100. There are some that actually go to 150 to erase to 150 balls. Whoever gets there first is going to win. But I think if you guys have the chance to play this particular game, it's called straight pool, or 14.1, because you can put 14 balls and then the last ball is going to stay there. As you guys can see, I'm actually doing the same thing, kind of the same pattern. The 6 I'm going to use for my last ball, so I need a little bit of position in the center table. There it goes, very nice. I got a good angle to open up the pack. And what do? Yes, I do. I go in there, very good. So right now I have a little bit of an angle. I'm forcing it though a little bit to open up something from the pack, but it just does not open. So at least I'm left with this very tough shot, and I don't make it. Kind of frustrated a little bit, but not that a big of a deal breaker. So my opponent didn't manage to make his ball, so I'm going to continue doing my thing. I'm going to make all of the balls that I find are going to hinder other balls, so basically balls that are on the pocket or in the pocket that are obscuring other balls from being made, or balls that are on the cushion. And then you can basically work yourself from the outside, let's say from the cushions, to the middle of the pack. Now right now I have this 8 ball that I really don't like. I'm hoping to get a little bit closer to the middle of the table, but I don't. I get a little bit further away, much more than I wanted to, because that ball that you guys see right there on that long cushion, I really don't like. And I think I'm going to miss because of this particular ball, because it's not a tough ball, but making position on a from the cushion, or at least from me, my experience is a little bit hard, because you can only do so much with that particular ball from the cushion, or at least my experience, right? So here we go with my opponent. Oh, he does not manage to make that particular ball, but he does give me a shot, and this is a combination shot or a ball to another ball and then sink that. So in straight pool, obviously you need to call all of the balls that you're going to make, unless it is very like for instance this number 10 over here, I don't have to call because it's basically there are no other shots that I can make. So when it's like, you know, very obvious, whoa, oh man, I scratched over there. Yep, I remember this. So the point system is whenever you're going to foul, and I just scratch because that's also foul, 1 point is going to be redacted from you, from the total score. Oh, that was a bad shot. Did you guys see that? Oh my god, I was basically bowling in, I just whiffed it. But that's the cool thing about straight pool, because you can make points, so going in higher numbers, but you can also be redacted points of being removed points from your total score, like that was the case with me because I scratched. I lost the cue ball and it went in that corner pocket over there. So my opponent here is trying to open these 4 balls here, that cluster of balls, but he doesn't get the good angle to do so. He kind of forced it here, hoping the ball would come flying over that from that cushion, but you do have to remember that just like in all other sports, these guys are, this is not their home field advantage. Oh my god, I got another scratch over there. What? So these guys are playing from a different pool hall. They're not from my pool hall here, so it's a little bit tough on them getting used to the table, because in some cases the tables are faster, there are, you know, the balls are cleaner or something like that. That obviously has to do with you know, the way that the pool hall is maintained and you know, cleaned up and stuff like that. Our pool hall is basically very good on when it comes to cleaning. I believe they vacuum the tables every day, and the balls are also good, you know, good quality. They maintain that very, you know, that they don't polish the balls, but they just got new cue balls. So as you guys can see, the cue balls is responding very, very nicely to whatever I wanted to do. Here I got a little bit too much angle, but I managed to open the pack a little bit, because that's kind of what you need, just a little bit, not a lot. What happens here? Oh, I remember this. This is a very good shot that I made here, but then I kind of forced myself to make this particular shot. I couldn't go forward because I was going to hit the 6, and then I was going to scratch off from the 6 to that corner pocket. So I had to pull the cue ball back. Anyway, it's already gone now. No point talking about the stuff that is ancient history. So currently on a run of 2-3 here, and I managed to somehow kind of like, you know, get in between the positions where I wanted to be. Not really a good shot. Left my opponent a very tough long shot, but hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Here again, I lift myself a lot of angles so I can open the pack up again. I highly recommend you guys playing straight pool, because it is just an awesome game. Now here, a very thin cut from going to that middle pocket. Man, here I was very stretched out, and I was thinking like, hey, don't you dare make a fall or something like that, because I already made a video about that. This particular shot, wow, that was very soft. As you guys just saw, the cue ball was rolling very slowly over there. But here I miss. I don't know why, I just miss. That's just weird. Look at this, perfect shot. Perfect shot from my opponent. That was definitely a tough shot. Like, the distance was very long, and he managed to make that without actually hitting a rail or anything like that. So definitely a good point from him. What do I do here? Oh yeah, I remember this one too. So I'm basically snookered. I'm trying to make that 6 ball out of the 13, but obviously I did not manage to do that. So here's my opponent. He had 4 balls, now only 2 left. I think he's making a comeback here. Oh yeah, good shot. He's not leaving himself a lot of angles, so he's kind of forcing it. And definitely not in straight pool. You should not force the ball into a pocket because it's just not gonna go. This is me, basically like 2 balls that I need to make, and then I'm going to win the game right here with the last ball. That's 75 for me, and then my opponent comes in, on the table and shakes hand. This is because I normally, or at least I never do this. I never look at the score because that's going to influence me. So I just don't look at the score at any given moment. But anyway, that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys had a little bit of fun.
Hey, ik wil niet op beeld, man, bro. Kijk dat uit. Ga weg met die camera! Ga weg.